So, Rachel Zegier is one of the least likable people in all of Hollywood. He criticized the original animated movie was misinterpreted. I've watched two women get torn down my whole life. Oh yes, Hollywood has torn down women their whole life. Oh yes, when Hollywood continued to prop up female movies, for the past decade, make more female protagonists. Oh yes, women are being torn down. We're going back to the days before women had even any rights. This is why no one likes her, okay? Basically, because if we don't criticize the Wizard of Snow White, we're misogynists. Not because, the Wizard of Snow White was made in the 1930s when society was way different than it is today. But don't worry. The D23 Expo told me that your version of Snow White is different and it's more than the 2022 version of Snow White. And the original cartoon came out in 1947, very evidently there's a big focus on the love story of a guy who really stalks her. Weird, so he didn't do it at this time. And yeah, all of her comments are very unnecessary. This is supposed to be the person that's supposed to be the actress for Snow White. I just don't understand why they hired her. She's a person who hates the original story so much, and I don't think anyone likes her. Okay, she's like Brie Larson. Okay, Disney and Brie Larson's fans tried to say for years that people actually liked Brie Larson, and she was this very popular actress that people liked. Well, last year proved that she isn't very popular, and she doesn't really sell tickets all too much, as the Fast and the Furious movie flopped, and also the cherry on top, the Marvels was one of the biggest failures for Disney last year. Reality, the cartoon was made 85 years ago. That's extremely dated when it comes to women being roles of power, or what is women fit for in this world. So come reimagine the actual Snow White. No one cares. And yes, the movie is kind of, 85 years old, but there is no need for a live action remake of Snow White. Okay, I think if they remake a franchise, they, treat the franchise of Love and Care, because Snow White is based off an old fairy tale. Again, Hollywood can't think of anything new, but they keep going back to all these old fairy tales and trying to reimagine them over and over and over again. Like, it's getting annoying after a while. Okay? But again, no one likes this movie. No one is a fan of this movie. $500 million and there's no interest in this movie. Okay? Yeah. Just like with the Little Mermaid remake with this lady, which he actually has a pretty good singing voice, but it's just, why is Disney changing all these old IPs? Okay, why couldn't you make a new story about mermaids? Why couldn't you make a new story that's like Snow White? Why do you have to take the franchise that already exists and ruin it? Okay, like, you could have easily made a new franchise with both of them. Oh wait, it's because no one cares about new franchises anymore, because Hollywood doesn't know how to sell new franchises to people anymore, or new stories, or new fairy tales. Okay? Instead of ruining the ones that we already have, Hollywood could be making new fairy tales, or new stories around people of color. But Hollywood doesn't understand that or get that. Instead of making new stories, they would rather butcher and destroy the original stories that people have cherished for hundreds of years. For example, the anime and manga industry, there's always new stories coming out with a wide cast of characters. But Hollywood doesn't seem to get that. They can't seem to get people to connect to newer stories. And that's why Hollywood and wokeness is gonna fall. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.